Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life and Layouts, and today I thought I would do a Let's Learn About It video in regards to hybrid scrapbooking. I recently realized that I had done a ton of tutorials for you guys, but I never did the one to get it from the Silhouette software to the print and cut features from your Silhouette machine. So I'm going to walk through those steps now. I do have tons of videos in regards to how to get to the steps that I am currently going to show you. I do have a playlist and I will link it below for you guys. It starts from how to get the images into the Silhouette software to everything from resizing the images, making offsets, to making sure that your images are going to work for your layout. Once you have all of your images created in the Silhouette software, the right size that you would like them, you're going to start with a blank page on the Silhouette software. As you can see, this page is currently a 12 by 12. I need to change it to an 8.5 by 11 because I do not have a wide format printer. I only have a standard printer. Over on the right-hand side of the screen, you should see a box that says Page Setup. I prefer to have my Silhouette software in the starter mode. However, if you do have this starter mode toggled off, your icons are going to be much smaller and it will not have the options of what the icons are. So you may need to hover over it to get that page setup panel to appear for you. Once you have your page setup panel open, you will want to change your media size from 12 by 12 to letter 8.5 by 11. As you can see now, I still have a 12 by 12 mat, but the white part of the mat is what is going to be the letter size of my paper. Over on the right-hand side, you're going to select the print and cut option. When that panel opens up, you will need to select Enable Registration Marks. When I first started watching tutorials in regards to the registration marks, the person that I watched recommend that the length be as large as it is possible, and the thickness as well as the inset could be much smaller. This is going to be whatever your personal preference is, but you can see that by sliding the little dot on the sliders over to the left or right will change these settings. You can make your registration marks very thick or pretty thin. You can also make your inset really large or not so large. This is what I've just found that works for me. Feel free to play around with these settings to get the settings that you know will work with your Silhouette machine. Once you have your page registration marks turned on, you can then add your images to your mat itself. I have a tutorial on how to bring in your images, how to add the offsets like I have here, how to change your cut lines so that it only cuts your offset as opposed to your direct image. All of those tutorials are linked below. Once you have all of your items ready to be sent to the Silhouette, you're going to go over to the left-hand side of the screen and select the File option. You're then going to select the Print option. For whatever reason, this box pops up on mine. It continuously says connecting and loading preview. It never does anything. I always cancel this out so that I get this print option. If that box works for you, that is great, and you can follow the steps on that. But I have noticed that most people have that issue, and you need to get to this print feature from your computer. You want to make sure that you have your printer selected, and then you're going to come over to the preference option in the print box. Now, I have already saved my option as a digital paper, so I'm going to change it back to standard so that you can see what it would look like when you open up the preference options. You want to make sure that you change your media type from plain paper to whatever paper option you are using. I prefer to use the presentation paper, which is considered a photo paper. So I select photo paper and then matte photo paper. Under the print quality, this is a personal preference. I prefer to select the high option, but you are able to select the standard option if you don't want to use as much ink. My paper source is automatically selected, but if you have multiple options, you can change that as well. And you can save these preferences. So then you would just need to select the option that you have saved. I saved mine under digital paper, so I can come in and select the digital paper. For my digital paper, I do use that with Canva, and when I do select the digital paper through Canva, which I have a tutorial for that, it is linked below, I use the borderless printing. When I am using the Silhouette software, I do not use the borderless printing, so I do uncheck that. My Silhouette software does save these settings, so I just have to go in and make sure that they are there. It's always good to just do that double check to make sure that they are what you are looking for. Again, the main thing is the media type. You want to select whatever paper option you are using. If you are using the presentation paper, which I do recommend for digital prints, you would select matte photo paper, and then the print quality should be high. But again, that is a personal preference. I'm going to go ahead and select OK. I'm going to load the presentation paper into my printer, and then I'm going to select the print option.
This is my personal setup in regards to my Silhouette software. I have my computer on this shelf and it is at a standing height. I like to have it here because it makes it super easy to do everything I need to do on the computer. Down on this shelf is my Silhouette. I do have it turned off at the moment, but I do have an aught light here. As you can see, I like to have that there because there has been some times in the past where my Silhouette had issues with printing because it could not see my registration marks. So you want to make sure that your Silhouette is in a well-lit area. Once your images have been printed out, you want to add them to your Silhouette mat. And then you're going to load your Silhouette mat into your Silhouette machine. On your Silhouette software, you're going to select the send option, which is in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to make sure that your material is selected. I usually use the cardstock textured heavy. Once you have printed out your images, you want to make sure that you don't make any changes whatsoever in the Silhouette software because it will not print out properly if you make any changes. It will not line up. You then can select the send button to send this to your Silhouette. Once it's finished cutting, you will select the unload option on your Silhouette, and your images are all ready to be taken apart. I hope you enjoyed this video on the print and cut features of getting your images from your Silhouette software to your Silhouette machine. I will have the layout linked at the end of this video if you would like to see how this layout came together. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you want to see more double page hybrid layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.